Welcome to the Model Frontier. If you're new to the channel, make sure you smash that subscribe button and ring the notification bell. That way you don't miss a second of any of this great content. So at this point, guys, we've gotten quite a lot of the Terminator done already. We got his head, a whole right arm, the chest section's done. So obviously you can tell we're going to start working going down the body now. So let's not waste any more time. We got a backbone and a pelvis to build in this pack, so let's get to it. So here with stage 41, we're going to start giving our Terminator his backbone. So the first part of the instructions may have already been done for you, because it's basically, you take this piece with this black ring here and you're going to put it in there just like that. Next, we're going to take this this shaft and we're going to put the longer end through here like that. And then we're going to cap it with the other end. Just like that. And now we gotta go get our big buddy, the Terminator, and we gotta continue on with him. So go grab that and I'll meet you back here. So with our Terminator brought over, we are going to put this piece in here, and with these gaskets, it'll pretty much hold itself in place. Like that. And then we're going to secure it down with the screws and the springs that come in the pack. So get your screws out. You'll have your screws and you'll have your little washers, and you're going to put a washer over the screw first. So that's just the easiest way to do this. Then you're going to screw this into place. And once you get one in, you're going to do it three more times. There we go. Once we got that in nice and tight, that is it for this stage. Yes, we do have these two pieces of the backbone, which we're not doing anything with right now, but we will be doing stuff with this in the next stage. So like I said, we're here with stage 42, and of course now we're going to put the whole vertebrae on. So I've arranged the three pieces we get here plus the two we had in the last stage, and they go from largest to smallest. And what they want you to do in the directions is just basically put them together just like that. So it's like kind of like Russian nesting dolls. They then want you to take this piece and you got to kind of feed it up through the middle. Now, there's a wider end and a thinner end. It is the thinner end that you're going to want to feed through. Like that. And then we want to bring our Terminator back over, and we're going to put the spine in like this. And we're going to do that by turning the shaft. There we are, nice and tight like that. Just like that. And with that done, that is it for stage 42. So with stage 43, we're going to start working. We're going to put the Terminator off to the side, and we're going to start working on the pelvis of the Terminator. So first thing we need to do is off of this sprue here, we need this piece. It's labeled with an R. It's plastic, so we're going to cut it from the sprue. Just like that. Now we just need the R portion, so we're going to set that aside. And then we're going to take this piece here, and we're looking at it in this direction. And we're going to put this piece right on here. Just like that. So when you put this in, you've got a smaller locating lug here that's going to fit in right here, like that. And then they want us to screw that down with one of the littler screws that come in this pack. Or in this stage. Just like that. Next, I'm going to zoom in a little bit here. Now next, we're going to focus in on this section here. Where we got to put some nuts in. It's actually, so it's actually, if we're looking at it like this, these two sections right here, we got to put nuts in them. Those are in the little bag, with those little screws we just had. Just like we did before, I am going to put a little bit of glue in these so that they stay in place. Just like that. We're going to do the same thing on the bottom one. There we go. And next we're going to flip this over like this. And we're going to take this piece here. And it's going to go in right here like that. With this end pointing up. And for these we're going to use a couple of the longer screws that come in this stage. Just like that. And with that on there like that, that is it for stage 43. So at this stage, we're going to actually put some details for the pelvis. And the first thing we're going to do is we're going to take the framework we just worked on, and we're going to fit it into position. So it'll go in just like this. And once we got this in place, like that, they want us to fix it in here and here with two of the 2x6 screws, which are, they're the ones you get 3 of them in the pack. So they're the longer of the screws. The longer are the ones that go into plastic. Next, when that's done, we got these 4 points for fixing stuff here, 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 and here. This is where we're going to use those shorter of those plastic screws. There we are. Now we want to take this piece here And they want us to fit it on here. How? So it's going to connect like this, where there's going to be a gap. Kind of hard to show you on this, but there is going to be a gap there. So we're going to secure that down with another one of those smaller plastic screws. One of them, just one screw here. Just like that. And now they want us to take one of the black screws that comes in this set. Wait, I stand corrected. I stand corrected. The black screw is supposed to go in here. Guess that makes sense because it is metal. But the plastic joining screw does go into this hole up here. Just like that. Now once that's all done, that is it for stage 44. So as I'm sure you can imagine, with stage 45, we're just going to do the other side. So just like we started, we need this piece for the pelvis. Like that. And that's going to get secured down with one of those small flat-headed screws. Which if you have one, which we did have one left over, so we could just use that instead of opening a fresh pack. There we are. Now just like before, we need to put in 2 nuts. Just like that. Now we're going to flip it over. Bring over our L shape, our L side here. And that's going to get held down with a pair of those longer screws. Just like that. Now we're going to set that to the side and bring over our big piece of pelvis. And on this piece, we want to get this section here that's labeled with an R. And if we're looking at it this way, it's going to fit in. So you can see there's a couple of, I don't know if you can see it here, but there's a couple of grooves right on here. And it's just going to fit in right along there. It's kind of tricky to describe it, but it's going to fit in along this ridge here. So we're going to put some glue on it. Once we got the glue on, we're going to pop that into place. Now once that's done, that is it for stage 45. Now moving right along with stage 46, we are going to obviously put the left pelvis together. Just like we did before, we're going to line everything up and get this put in place here. like that. Then we're going to put two screws in, one here and one here. And that's going to be the one that has only 3 screws in the package. And then we got the 4 holes right in here. One, 2, 3, 4, and they get the other plastic joining screws in this pack or in this stage. Now with that in place, next we got this leg piece here put in. This time I'm going to put the screws in the right holes. We secure this first part down with one of the black screws. And it's going to secure right here. And they take one more of those shorter plastic screws and it's going to screw in right here. Just like that. And now we're going to add in the curve piece, just like we did on the right. So we want to position this the right way and kind of feel it out first. We want to do a dry fit. Now we'll glue it down. There we go. And just like that, the left pelvis is now done, and so is stage 46. So here go our pieces for stage 47. We're going to start with these two, and they are just going to fit into each other. Just kind of follow, they'll fit into place with each other as long as you follow the pattern. It's a little tough, hang on. Just like that. And then we're going to hold it together with 4 of the plastic screws in this pack, or in this stage. I keep calling it pack when it's actually a stage. Remember, you can always tell because plastic screws have wider threads. So if you're going into plastic, you're always going to use a plastic screw. Just like that. Next, they want us to take this piece here, and we're going to fit it over here like this. So it's going to fit in like that, and that's going to get held together with 2 of the metal screws, which have the tighter threads. And they're also the ones where you only got 3 in the pack for this one, so. Just like that, and with that piece done, we are done with stage 47. Now with stage 48, we are going to bring all of this pelvis together. So first we got to identify which side we want. Okay, so the first side they want us to work on is the right side. And what we're going to do is we're going to take the pelvis and the right side here, and we've got a couple of slots that we got to slide pieces into, and it is going to be a tight fit. You are going to have to kind of manipulate stuff in place like that, but once you get it in there, we're going to repeat that with the other part of the pelvis. It is a very tight fit to get in there. Now, once we got those in place, we've got this piece, which is going to go in like this. Now, you may have to pull this one out a little bit to get it in there. And keep in mind two things. When you put that in, these point up, and this section here, this little curved piece, is going to point in this direction. Now, strangely enough, it did not tell us to screw these two in here or any of the other ones yet. But now we do got to screw in these 4 points here, and it's got to get tight in there. So we got to screw those in with four of these really bigger screws. They're the ones, they come in the package that has the most screws in them, and they're big and thick, so you can't mess them up. We'll need 4 of them. Just like that. And now on the inside here, it's going to be very tough to show you because of how reflective this is. Let me bring a light over. There. So now they want us to put screws into these two here, and the screws they're going to have us use are the shorter screws. We need 2 of them. So you have 2 packs with 3 screws in them. You want the shorter of the screws. Just like that. Now we gotta flip the whole thing over because we got 2 screw holes, 2 screws on this side. Hold on, stand by. Now, right here. So here and here. We're going to put those in place with 2 more of the big screws that we used for the top part of this. Just like that. Now we're going to turn it right side up, and looking at it like this, we're going to be focusing on this side of the pelvis. I'm going to bring the camera out a little bit. Now we're going to be putting a covering on. So I'm just going to do a dry fit first. Yeah, so now a covering is going to go on over this like that. So we're going to want to put some glue. Now they say to put glue on the pegs. I'm going to put glue into the holes, because I think that's going to catch better. I'm actually going to put glue on both just to be on the safe side. And now we're going to put the cover of this pelvis on. Once that's in place, that is it for stage 48. So at the start of stage 49, they're going to have us starting off doing to the left side what we just, or to the, yes, to the left side what we did to the right side. So we got a detail, we got to add basically a covering to the pelvis. Just like that. Now next we take these pieces off the sprue and they're just going to fit in to here. Now they are tabbed, so they can, you can see they do have a tab, so they will only fit one way on here. And they're both going to get held down with the screws that come in this stage. There we go, just like that. And then we need to take a look at this section here. Looking at like that. And we got a curved piece here that's gonna fit. So it's gonna fit like that. So now we're gonna put some glue. So there's no screws to hold this piece on, so we're gonna put some glue around where it's gonna hold. There, I just put some brush on glue right along the edges there. We're gonna slide that into place. Just like that. And with that, we are now done with stage 49. So here we are with stage 50, and you can tell by the instructions we are gonna put all of that pelvis work we've just done. We're gonna finally get it onto the model, onto the big boy. So the first thing we need to do is we have these 4 holes on this piece of metal that need nuts. And if I'm not much mistaken, I'm gonna dry fit this one first. Do they go flat in? 1 second, stand by. Okay, so when you put them in, you're gonna put them in so that they go fully down in there. So these have a flat end and a rimmed end. You want the flat end to go in. And they do want you to put some super glue into these holes, so. A little bit of glue. These are actually the right size. I can use my screwdriver for it. Just like that. Now you're gonna do that 3 more times and then meet me back here when you're done. There we go, just like that. Next, we need to bring over the whole Terminator body. And we're basically gonna fit the piece we just did right over this. Oops, I got this on wrong here, so hang on a second. Stand by. It'll go in just like that. This should just fit in right there. Stand by. Just like that. And now we need to hold it together with this giant nut. To hold that in place. Just like that. Now we're going to bring over our pelvis. So I'm going to have to zoom out a bit here. And we're going to put these 4 lugs into the 4 holes on this point. This is going to fit in nicely just like that. Now this next part I'm not going to really be able to show you, but you've got 4 of these big screws that come in this pack. You're going to put it into the 4 holes that are underneath your Terminator to hold the pelvis in place. Even though I can't show it to you, you see on the instructions, I'll put them up on the screen. And when you're looking at your Terminator, you'll know exactly what I'm talking about. Just like that. That was actually a little tough. You definitely want to make sure that the glue sets. If you have some activator, you might want to spray it into those nuts when you get them glued down, because otherwise you're going to have a bad time. Now we're going to flip the Terminator over onto his belly. Like this. We got this covering here, which is, if we do a dry fit, is just going to fit in like that. So once again, we're going to put some glue in place. I'm going to glue that down. Flat like that. And with that out of the way, that is it for stage 50. So for stage 51, we're going to go back to the front of the pelvis, and we've got a piece here, which is going to be next to impossible to show you, but we got a covering to put on. It's in this section here of the Terminator. So it just kind of, it's a glue in. It's actually in there pretty good, but I'm going to glue that down if I can get it out. Yeah. So it's a glue in piece. So I'm just going to put some glue on the tabs. I'll put some glue on those tabs. I'm also going to put some glue in the holes where it's going to go. And we're going to secure that down. Just like that. Now laying them down, we're going to work on this side. They don't tell you to glue this, but it does say to fit this right on here. I don't feel comfortable just leaving that sit there unglued, so I am going to put some glue on it. It's going to slide into there like that. And that is it for this stage of the build. We do got this piece left over, but we didn't use it, so just hold on to it. So for the final stage of this build, we're going to be building this piece. So the first thing we got to do is we need to fit this into here like that. We now have this muscle cap, which we're going to put in here to hold this in place. So we're going to put a little bit of glue just on this part here. I'm going all the way around right onto the edge. It's going to fit in here just like that. Then we're going to take the piece we had left over, once again we're going to put some glue right around this lip, and it's going to glue into the other end. Just like that. Now I'm going to put that to the side. We're going to bring back over our Terminator, and we're going to put him face down. And if I zoom in here, you can see what we got to do. We've got one part that's still uncovered, basically his butt. I know, I'm immature for saying it. So we're just going to do a dry fit of this piece here. Okay, it's actually holding in there pretty good. I don't even know if I'm going to be able to get that out now. Actually, it doesn't even say you have to glue it. It is a push fit. So push it in till it snaps in place. And there you go. So with that done, that's all there is to do in this stage, and that is all there is to do in this pack. And there you go, guys. Our Terminator finally has a butt. That was a crass joke, I admit it, but it's true. We finally have our Terminator's finally starting to, fill out in the bottom. We got his stomach area, his, core area built in. We've got his pelvis done and attached. So obviously, based on what we have left over, we're going to be starting to work on the leg next issue, which, by the way, is the halfway point of the build. I know, we're already halfway done. We're already almost halfway there. So I look forward to that coming up, and I will catch you next time on the Model Frontier.